Hello, everybody. This is Once in a While Podcast, episode 1. I'm the host, Sean. Got my co-host here, Ryan.
How's it going, everybody?
Josh.
Yes, sir.
And Matt.
What's going on, guys?
So for episode 1 and topic number 1, we're going to go with serial killers. I think Josh has the most knowledgeable stuff on serial killers, so I'm going to...
I wouldn't say knowledgeable.
We're
How
gonna
about we start like
Josh.
this? Who do you guys think is the most notorious serial killer of all time? Who's like the number one top?
Want to take a tally?
Ted
here?
Bundy.
Right around?
No, let's all see like who's. So
Who's
you say
the
Ted
clown
Bundy?
guy?
He's killed
Oh, look it up. Fact check.
No.
Han, you said Ted Bundy, no?
Ted Bundy.
Sean? Ryan?
Number 1.
We'll go clockwise.
The clown guy is John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy, right?
Yeah.
Gacy.
That
Matt.
guy would be pretty scary.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
Wasn't Ted Bundy the one with the fucking Volkswagen Beetle?
Also a fact check, but you might be right, I will say.
How the hell is he picking up all these chicks with a fucking Volkswagen Beetle?
Oh,
Yellow Volkswagen Beetle?
I don't
think?
know, man. Bundy was fucked up, but...
Yeah, but how can you pick up chicks with a Volkswagen Beetle and I can't get nothing with
So,
a Cadillac?
listen,
Come on.
Wait. Let's not get too deep into it until we figure out which serial
Alright,
killer.
correct.
Talking about who
John Wayne Gacy was the clown guy, for sure.
He-
I know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I looked it up. John Wayne Gacy.
That's in my... Yes, correct.
From Chicago, Illinois, an American serial killer who murdered 33 boys and young men in
Jesus
1970.
Jesus Christ.
He was known for his sociability and his performance as a clown at charitable events and children's parties. Yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy.
What about Silence of the Lambs, dude? What's it? What's his
That's
name?
dude.
It's a movie.
That's
a movie.
That wasn't
Hannibal
based off of...
Lecter, right?
Buffalo Bill.
Is it Buffalo? No, it's Hannibal Lecter.
Well, yeah,
No, I know,
Buffalo Bill's the
but
serial killer.
like that's not a real serial killer. That was just a fucking damn.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe.
So there
I don't
hasn't
know.
been a killer that
Can
skins
I-
people and wears their skin. Come
Can
on.
I go out of the
That's
way
another
and
movie
just say,
called Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
can I just say something out of pocket here?
Alright.
Jeffrey Dahmer,
Je-
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Jeffrey Dahmer, I think, was the one with the
those of you
Volkswagen.
They just came out with the
listening,
goddamn
can't
Netflix.
Josh looks surprisingly like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. We don't have to talk. I don't have glasses, nor do I have long hair. So,
Somebody told me that I looked like Jeffrey Dahmer. I was like,
Ryan?
damn.
Who
Just
said
a
that?
tad.
It's the glasses.
Probably the glasses.
It's the
Yeah,
glasses.
yeah, definitely the
It was
glasses.
somebody-
Glasses don't
it
look
was
like
somebody
his.
random. I think it was like Coleman's and sort of just like, Jeffrey
no,
Dahmer.
no,
Do you want me to be?
no.
A little bit.
I've seen a lot of memes over the days, actually, on...
Josh, who's your number one serial killer?
Hold on, real quick.
All
Number
right.
one serial killer?
That you...
I don't have
know-
favorites.
That you know the most. That you know the most of.
Well, I probably learned the most about Dahmer, and it was either Dahmer or Ted Bundy.
All right, let's talk about Dahmer then.
Well, I'm saying, like, for somebody to tell Ryan in the bar that he looked like Jeffrey Dahmer, like, glasses, they don't look the same. Hair color, not
Yeah,
the
they
same.
do. Look at a picture of Jeffrey Dahmer.
He had, like, circular, I thought.
No, they're big square.
Who were circular though? Because
I've known you my whole life. I don't think I could put it together. I can't see that. You're not that blonde, though. Ted Bundy, though, I'll tell you.
Tell me.
I don't like that you asked my favorite. I don't have favorites.
Okay, maybe not favorite. Most interesting.
Notable?
Yeah,
The one I learned the most about?
sure. Let's go with that.
Probably Ted Bundy.
And this is about Netflix? From Netflix film?
No.
Before that?
No.
Before they even came out with the next Netflix
I
film.
learned about it in school.
All
and
right.
I don't like any of them, obviously, but like Ted Bundy I learned the most about.
Alright, so tell us some stuff about him.
Well, I mean,
Stop.
anyone.
This
yeah.
this is bullshit.
I'm saying anybody.
This conversation sucks.
Anybody.
This
could learn.
conversation sucks.
Why do you think I asked you for topics?
I was actually just reading about like Gacy a little bit, and it
John
said
Wayne?
first of all, he there was 29 bodies like in his house, like, or not in his house, but really close to his house, to the point that like there was a notable odor, like a foul odor, in his house. And
where
he
did he
actually
live? Does it say?
It said Chicago, I believe.
Really?
But it said that he had like a wife, and he had even like been telling like neighbors and his wife that it was just like what did I read here? It was like
sewage or something.
No.
Not bodies?
Yeah, no. What, like, you're saying it wasn't bodies, but you're saying something else, and it's just crazy. Like, I don't really know how you could like get away with something like that. Like, it's just kind of like nuts to me that you'd be able to just straight up.
How old was he?
Like that's just like moisture, like, and mildew. Like, well, there's 29 rotting bodies near your house.
Does it say? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
You watched that Jeffrey Dahmer show? The one that came out.
I didn't
watch that.
I didn't. I'm not like super into serial killers.
I never really was. I didn't know anything about any serial killers before that, other than like Charles Manson. I've heard of before.
Oh,
Charles Manson.
But he's not really a serial killer. You know,
he's a cult guy.
Yeah, but anyway, the story of Jeffrey Dahmer is crazy because same kind of thing happened where he was
fucking
luring
psycho.
people. He was luring people back to his apartment, and then he would kill them, and then like he would have big tubs of like acid that he would melt the bodies in, and like he'd also store it in his freezer and all that shit.
Can I ask you?
No, you're interrupting me.
Okay.
And the crazy part is the neighbors and things would complain about this odor, and eventually like the cops would come by, and he would make the excuse that it was just rotting meat from like a hunting thing, and eventually it went to the point where the odor never like got him caught. It was one of the people that he lured back escaped, and then that's how he got caught.
That's crazy. I like don't know. I couldn't even imagine being in a situation like that. Like you're just like, well, personally, I mean, obviously, you don't think those kinds of things can happen to you, but like,
once they
like,
do.
how are you like? You know, I always just wonder like, how does that happen? Like, you're in someone's house or something like that, and like,
Well, he was-
what is the breakdown? Like, I guess. I don't know. Like, I would never. I feel like I just wouldn't have my guard down in someone's house.
He was like going
that,
to the
I don't
bar.
know.
He was going to the bar and drugging them at the bar.
Oh, damn.
And then like he would drug them at the bar, and he'd get them to come back with him.
Damn. Yeah.
Was
there
it?
is.
Was it at the bar for sure? Or was he luring them like, you know, he was a...
That's
Probably
how the TV show that they made about
Yes,
these cases.
but-
That's how it made it seem. It was most of it was at the
I
bar.
don't know if you can
You
go
definitely have to sweet talk a
everything
little bit
based
before
off the
even
like
Yeah,
the
of
getting to
gay
that
stuff.
point.
But like obviously I haven't looked that far.
I've heard other stories where, you know, he coerces them back and then drugs them.
How?
You know, at his place.
No. You're right, actually.
You know, he gets them back to their place,
And then he would make them a drink at the place.
make them a drink or whatnot. I mean, that's what the show said too. But like, I also learned that I don't know. There's multiple ways to go about it.
And also, like, who knows? You know, like,
I
we
was
weren't
like-
there.
And I was, yeah, exactly. What year was this? Matt, fact check me. What the hell year did Jeffrey Dahmer go on a goddamn... Oh, I mean,
But again,
80s?
like,
that's a weird part.
No, the
He went on
80s.
a massive killing spree. He was out there
Without
for
even
a
getting
while.
I think it was in the 80s.
But I mean, yes, but I think. But the first, who knows? I don't know. Fuck, I have no idea.
The first what?
Like his first victim, if
Oh,
you will.
No, there's no way to know. Who knows?
Well, he admitted it, I think,
His
everything.
killings were
Yeah.
conducted between 1978 and 1991.
Yeah.
78
long-
to
in the
91,
80s,
bro.
in the-
It's a long...
78 to
Killed
91.
and dismembered
Over a
17
decade of killing
innocent
That's
boys
13
and
years!
men.
That's insane. Jesus Christ.
How did he get rid of him? He
Now, do me a favor.
He was also a cannibal, bro. He would eat...
Oh, he ate him?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Dismembered, ate him. He,
I guess, I don't know if it's factual, but there's... I've heard that he tried to serve human to his neighbor as like a gift.
that's the truth.
But
That
what
is
is it?
the
A
truth.
burger, meatloaf? What was it?
It was like a sandwich or some shit.
And like it was human meat.
Human meat. on the sandwich.
Yes.
She ate that shit.
No, but did she eat it or did?
I
I don't know if she ate it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
If she ate it, how would she ever know if it was human?
I hope to God she
You know?
didn't. I hope to God she didn't. Do me one quick favor, Matt, while you're on your phone. Do me a favor and tell me, what year was he born?
Yeah, I got you.
Because I thought he was doing this stuff pretty
Like 18?
early-ish in his life, which would lead me to my next goddamn question. Because if you can't figure this one out,
He was born in May 21st, 1960.
1960.
And
And the
I
first
thought 71.
murder was 71.
11.
No, that can't be right.
I think that's what the law said.
78.
19.
78. So he was
19.
18.
19.
18,
18, 19.
Quick math.
Boom.
That's what school does for you.
Look at this. Look at this.
So he pretty much was murdering his whole adult life.
His
And he got the death penalty.
early.
Right? He got the electric chair.
Do you guys know what happened to him
I think
in
he let-
prison?
Oh, he got murdered in prison. That's right.
He
Yeah, that's
did.
right.
Do you know how?
No.
Didn't he just get like?
You get changed?
Just slaughter.
But like, yeah, they
Just
just beat him to death.
Beat the shit out of
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a very dark, this is a very dark
rightfully
topic
so.
to open up a podcast with.
hey, so.
But
now,
no, but like, let's not just abandon the topic. Like,
I
that was
won't
just jumping
abandon
down.
it,
But
but
like, I guess let's touch base on like one more notorious one. Charles Manson.
I
I
was
guess
gonna pivot a little
I
bit.
don't know too much
to a
about
different
it.
topic.
What one of my worst fears is actually is going to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
why is that one of your worst fears?
Dude, it's just fucking would be the worst.
The
Like for
things
one,
that
I feel
happen
like,
to you,
like
man.
you would just constantly have to have your guard up.
Why,
Now,
why
wait,
do you
wait,
think
wait,
you would
wait,
even
wait,
go
wait,
to
wait.
prison for?
Wait,
Dude,
wait,
there's
wait,
so
wait.
many things to go to prison
Yeah, there's
for.
Yes,
plenty.
yes.
No.
Well, like-
that
question-
is so
There's
irrelevant.
There's a
It's
lot
not-
of
it's not,
things
it's-
that you'd go to prison for, and then
There's a reason that you go to prison to get raped in the ass.
Okay,
It's
well,
child pedophilia.
yes, but they would kill you at that point
And
because they
it's-
know. They know. Like I listen to
If
something.
you went to prison for
Listen,
burglary,
listen.
they're not going to rape you in
There's
your
a,
ass.
it's very important that on a 4-person podcast we don't all talk at once.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because when we're all talking at once, whoever listens to this, who probably will be nobody, but whoever does, will not hear anything that's going
So
on.
you say something. We should go in the clockwise
You are the
order.
one who just is jumping in.
Not right.
Play it back. Okay, so on that note, for prison, you said you're afraid to go to prison. What about like Janesville County Jail?
I mean that
Jail's a little
probably
bit.
wouldn't be as bad, but to me, it's more like I just couldn't. It'd be so just terrible because I feel like obviously, like just not like a good situation. You're always got your guard up. Like it would just be like it would be. I can't like the prison system's just bad. Like for obvious reasons, man, and like I would just hate being there. Like it's just one of my biggest fears, and it's so honestly like it's so it's crazy how quick something can happen to you, and like you end up in a situation like that. Like you make the wrong decision, like driving, and you hit someone on accident. That's manslaughter. Like jail. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Like or like you make the wrong decision. Like in my case, in medicine. Like and I'm like if I were to kill someone somehow while I'm working. That
Could be
possibly could go to
sued.
jail. I could get sued, but I could go
Yeah.
to jail too. It's not
Yeah.
like there's people that get like there's a huge case.
Explain to the people. Medicine. You're a nurse. Yes.
Yeah, well, there was a huge case over the summer. I think it was.
I
like,
just mean
Indianapolis.
explain. Nobody here knows.
Oh,
You're a nurse.
Well, yeah, I'm a nurse. But and so I follow this stuff a little bit, and there was a case in like I want to say it was like Indiana, where there was like a medication error by some nurse, and they were considering like sending her to prison, and it was nuts. They stripped her of her license
For what?
For a medication error. I think she killed someone.
Gave him the wrong medicine.
Yeah,
Or too
yeah,
much or
too much,
something?
incorrect dose, something like that. And
Jesus Christ. How long?
there was a huge
ago was
trial. What was the question?
How long ago was that?
It was over the summer.
Okay.
Yeah, I had
That's
like a report or something that I had to write on it. She didn't end up going to prison, but it was crazy because it was a long trial and they were seriously considering something like that. So,
Goddamn.
Scary stuff, something like easy could just happen to you and you end up like your whole life could change. So that's one of the
That's
biggest
wild
fears
as shit.
right there.
I'm not
One of the greatest
I feel like
reasons.
I'm not that afraid of prison.
That's crazy. I don't know like how.
Especially
Why
a
do you
person by
say that?
stature.
You should be scared to go outside on a windy day.
Why do you think that?
Honestly, because prison is obviously more terrifying than like jail. But I've known very personal, close people in my life who've gone to jail, and they've said, when you get into jail, you immediately look around in the room and
Jail's
you find
nothing.
who you're friends with
Yeah.
and who you're not friends with.
Jail's nothing.
And yeah, so
Prison?
like, but prison, I feel like it's the same way. Like you get in there,
Depends
And
on
you
what
find
you're
a
there
group.
for.
You get a group.
you get it. You
Yeah.
gotta get it. I mean, if you're gonna go lone soldier, obviously it's scary every day. But you're gonna meet 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that it's your little group.
All right,
Can
but
I
what
say
if you make
something?
The wrong group. Like, what if you make
Yeah.
the wrong group and then bam?
Can
you're
I
having
say
a bad
something?
time.
Okay, I don't know statistics,
I think.
but I feel like 5 people at a time aren't getting taken out in prisons. Like it's not like this group of 5.
No, but
got
I'm saying
murdered.
like, do you ever watch a show on?
Can I say
HBO?
something real quick?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get this thought out.
Okay.
Do you ever watch the show on HBO? John used to watch all the time.
Scared Straight.
No,
That's
it's
a
not
good
Scared
show.
Straight.
That's a good show.
That is a good show, but
It's fucking hilarious.
The Wire. I think it's called The
Yeah, I've never
Wire or
watched
something like that.
I've seen
It's,
That's not the jail show.
That's a wild
that's not the
show.
show. No,
I
that's
know
the
you're
drug
talking
dealing
about
show.
that.
What's the jail show called? Oz.
Prison Break?
Yeah, it's called Oz. That show
Jesus.
is crazy, and that is like a reason that like you watch that show and you're like, oh, this is why I'm scared of prison because it's literally that exact situation. Some dude drunk driving kills somebody, goes to prison, and it does not go well for him. Like the first night, it does not go well for him. So. Yeah, I don't know. Like you could like in theory that's a TV show. You could be right. You could be right, though.
And obviously a TV show has to be interesting. I feel like real life, real shit. Like
So
the only
much
time
different.
you're fucked in prison is if you were diddling children and you're a child molester.
Oh, dude,
Like
they know
predators will
they
get
know
murdered.
before they even
Yeah,
arrive.
they're waiting
They'll-
for 'em, yeah.
exactly.
Those
But, like,
people
what do
are
you
always
mean? How do
fucked.
they know? Like, what do you like?
The cops probably fucking tell them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're just like, hey, like,
guards.
this guy's a
I
child.
mean,
The guards.
there's inside shit when you go to prison.
Do
They
you
know
not think
who's
that
going
there's
to be
an
coming into
inside
prison. Yeah.
voice inside?
Yeah, but like
Oh
I don't know
my
how
God.
it works, man.
Yeah,
don't
no,
wanna know
I
how
feel
it
like
works.
it's like predators.
I can't say that I know how. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's like a known fact that like in prisons, like
When you are.
predators get like if you're fucking around with kids, like
You're
you have
done.
you have a death sentence on your neck.
Yeah. It's
In
like you get raped and then you die. And I hate
I don't
to
even know if
say that.
yeah, like I don't even
yeah.
know if you necessarily get raped. I just think they might kill you. But aside from that fact,
Nope.
I think that's one case where if you go to prison, you're fucked. But if you're just like if you
Fucked anyway.
had fraud or some crazy like non-violent crime, I don't think like nobody's out to get you. Why would somebody why would somebody be fucking you? You know, like,
I don't
You,
know, like it's just the fear of mine. Just I had
Absolutely.
we said it, and I just
Absolutely.
like he's like, you know what, like.
so
I gotta
let's
say
stay on that
something.
topic. That was a good topic. Sean, what's your greatest fear in life?
My greatest fear in
What's
life.
one of your biggest fears?
Mm,
It's a big
Damn.
question.
tough one, buddy.
If you don't know yet, what about you, Josh? You got one?
Well, hold on. So let me preface, right? 'Cause nobody knows, right? Sean, you're the military guy.
Yeah.
Right? Explain.
So,
You've done some tough shit in your life.
Okay, wait. You're just totally gonna curveball the topic?
No.
You're just going in about.
I want to give it a preface.
so I get.
He's done some dumb-
We're talking about biggest fears of life.
Yes,
We're not
biggest
talking about
fears,
what we're
right?
doing for a living.
Some of the shit he's done in his life, I feel like, is some of my biggest fears.
He has not
never
gone to
been in
war.
So I haven't gone. I haven't gone to the Middle East.
You haven't?
No.
Okay, I didn't think
I know
that's
people
like-
that have, and they were saying every night they'd get mortared. And you'd be sleeping,
Why?
and then you hear just big boom, boom, and then
It's
you know,
like
they got to take cover.
You're
or whatever.
curveballing it.
I'm not.
We can talk about it on the podcast. We're live, bro. Let's talk about it.
But
I'll talk about it all day.
I think that it was ridiculous.
So
talking about biggest fear.
Go ahead, Sean. I'm
You're
sorry.
talking about
Go
occupations.
ahead. Go ahead, Sean.
So I've heard some stories.
I meant that.
Of
If we were on
my
camera,
dad
which we
doing
mentioned
some
with
stuff.
people will see.
I would
oh.
start punching you in the face, dude. I'd start punching.
Sean, I'm not meaning to interrupt
No,
you.
no. You're
No,
good.
he is. He's being rude
Josh
as
is
shit.
talking off script.
I'm not. There's no script.
Hey, no
Go ahead.
yelling and no slamming. This
I'm
is
sorry.
a violence.
You're right.
podcast.
That's my
So-
fault. That's my fault. My
So
fault.
here, I'll back up. So I heard some stories of my dad doing some stuff in the Marine Corps. And at the time, I was like, that's pretty cool. And then at the same time, like, I kind of wanted to do the same stuff that he did. So I guess I really didn't care about going through those kind of things. Like, you know, going on the front lines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's never really scared me because
Where was he?
my thing is like whatever
Where was your
happens
dad?
happens. Huh?
Where was your dad?
Oh, he's been to Iraq, Afghanistan. He's been to Egypt. He's been to a few places. So being like military has always been something I've always wanted to do. And if they put me in the front lines, they put me in the front lines. I never really.
You don't have any fears associated with that?
No, everything happens for a reason. Whatever happens, happens. Like, I honestly, like, I've tried to volunteer for 2 places. I had no idea where I was going to be fucking going. I was like, fucking sign me up. And then they just...
Right now, put me in your shoes. I feel like I already have a fear, and it's kind of related to the prison one. If you got captured, like a
Now
prisoner of war,
that-
that shit would suck.
But you also got to think about it. You got to think of the people who are capturing you. Yeah, you tell them what they want to know, and they're just going to kill you anyways.
Yeah.
You don't tell them you don't tell them what they want
They're
you.
gonna torture you.
They're going to torture you, and then they're going to end up killing you.
Exactly.
So either way, you're dead. So what are you gonna do at that point? You're just gonna like
Well,
fucking.
what would you do? Like, would you just be like, all right?
You're gonna have to fucking take it. You're gonna die either way.
I was actually
Jesus.
listening to this podcast.
I'm
about,
being serious. You're gonna...
someone who was in like he was he was in Iraq, not an Iraq soldier, but a figurehead for Middle Eastern people, and
Yeah.
there was like it wasn't like a Taliban situation, but it was like another one of those groups. So like some people could view it like as a terrorist organization, but I don't think they were fighting like orthodox American views. I think they were just fighting for something that had to do with like Iraq rights or Muslim rights. And he had talked about his experience because he had gotten captured. He was in Egypt and there was like a war or something going on. And he got captured and he talked about it. And he had said that they would not give people names. They'd like put hoods over your face and they'd line you up and they'd
Yep.
strip you down and be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down the line. And then they'd take people into the room like by number, and like you'd just hear like in the other room them like beating the piss out of the other guy and like torturing him, like yelling all that stuff.
Jesus.
And then he said that he gets into the room, like they call his number and stuff, and they were like, you know, they like beat the crap out of him, all this stuff, and they would like say like, oh, like we know like where your family lives, like all this stuff, and like
And they
we're
really
gonna, like,
don't.
yeah, well, I don't know, like I mean, maybe they do, maybe they don't. Pending like that stuff, but like man, that'd be crazy. Like that'd be like it'd be hard. You'd have to be a really strong-willed person to like put
And
like, up with any of that.
so to
like,
pivot off that,
so long story short, they're like he's about to like say I have no information, and then like basically they made the call. Like the organization that he worked for made the call. And they were like, oh, like, we're going to pay you this amount of money to get these people back. So the guy never had to say anything. He never had to die, which is crazy. He was like number 47 or something like that. But, like, you know, a bunch of his friends had died prior to that.
Jesus.
it's just hope at that point. It's just hope once you get captured. But what was I gonna say? Oh,
Fucked up.
a lot of these special forces training, you go through that. Like they go through simulations and stuff like that. Like I know for like TACPs or whatever, they actually they put them in a fucking barrel And
What?
What do you mean?
they put them in a legit barrel. And like, what are you gonna do in a fucking barrel? You're just gonna be curled up there.
Yeah, nothing.
Like, how long would they keep him there?
Nothing.
Like,
Yeah.
That I don't. I mean, I've never went through the training, but
Would you?
would I be able to do it?
Would you ever have like an interest in being like a special forces?
That's what I tried to do, but then I was fucking dumber than a box of rocks, so, so I wasn't even able to fucking do that shit.
What do you mean? Like what? What?
Like I think for Tech Ps, you had to score a certain amount on the ASVAB in like
retake
3
it?
different categories in order to get that job. Could I retake it? Yeah, but do I want to? No, because the job that I'm in right now.
Jesus.
But yeah, they do a lot of training. Like they'll do interrogations and stuff, and like actually slap you and punch you in the face and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
all
I know
hands-on,
for
it's
SEAL
just-
training, a lot of those guys die. Like
There
like,
are casualties. There can be casualties.
I've heard that like
In
it's
training.
Not a lot of the time.
I've heard that
But
it's
not
kind
a
of
lot of
significant.
time.
I mean, I'll look it up.
That's
Like,
very rare.
Because
I
in
feel.
training, when you're
There's-
done, you can literally say I'm done, and then you're done, and then you can get reclassed or whatever like that.
No, Matt, I think that's
I mean, I've heard
I mean, I could be
stories
wrong,
where
I
they
just-
do training and like people they'll do outside stuff and they'll sleep outside. And I heard some stories of people sleeping under Humvees, and then
Okay.
somebody will start the Humvee and just fucking run over them.
So it's not a
So
lot.
now you
It
fucking
says there's
Like this is
been-
legit, like in country training, and just
So to take on my point, there's not been a lot. There's been only 10 basic underwater SEAL or BUDS deaths related to training camp since 1953. So
yeah. See, that's
it's not a lot, but
one
there's some-
thing, and then we can change topics or whatever. For Tech Ps, they'll have you go in water, and like in your full uniform, vest, everything else like that. You'll go underwater. You got to take all your stuff off, and then they'll also do like pretty much holding your breath. And there are people who drown in these trainings,
Yeah.
and they bring them out of the water and resuscitate you back to life.
yeah,
Jesus
that's what I've
Christ.
heard. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Like that's nuts.
That I would say that's my one fear, would be
That's-
drowning. Drowning
That's a legit
or
one.
being caught on fire and fucking feeling all of that
It's a
till I
good
die.
If you
good
had to
fear
pick
because-
one, what one would you pick?
No, I'm picking drowning for sure. That's me, but Sean.
Shit, that's hard.
That is hard. That's a tough
I would
question.
probably say fire.
Fire, right?
Oh,
I don't know.
Drowning?
Something about suffocating. You're
Hold on, Matt.
suffocating
Yeah,
underwater.
yeah, yeah.
Matt.
You're also
No,
getting
no,
your
no,
flesh
no.
burned.
Matt, what are you
They
thinking?
say after your first deep inhale of water.
They say, but who are you?
Scientifically, like when you inhale,
You've
How
never
can
tried
you-
it. You've never done it before.
Hold on,
Fair,
go ahead.
that's a
No.
fair point.
obviously,
Please,
I'm not
tell
saying
me.
it's pleasant.
No,
I
tell
never said it
me
was
tell me your
pleasant.
thoughts, because I have a
I was
comment.
trying again, but who was interrupting me?
Sean.
Sorry.
You're right, Sean was. They said that after your first big inhale, you because of the water in your lungs, you go into anaphylactic shock, and then you just kind of drift away. But like all it takes is that one big deep, like after that one big gulp of air or water in your lungs, it's just like that's it.
All right, my only counter is that I want to know who has died from drowning that has came back to life to tell you that that was
Okay.
that good
To tell
or
you,
that peaceful.
there has been people who have almost drowned,
Correct,
where they've been resuscitated, and they could probably tell you what it's pretty much like.
correct, but they're not dead. They're alive.
Correct.
So-
so that's why they would be able to tell you.
I
bet
bet
you-
almost drowned.
I bet
And it makes
you-
me upset. Or not
The-
not upset, but go ahead, Matt. I'm sorry.
No, you were talking.
No, it just makes me like confused because like if you're not dead, like if you haven't died from drowning, like you don't experience, right? The other what? I'm going to say half of the actual drowning process.
No,
Like, you
I bet
inhale-
people have straight up died and been taken out of the water and resuscitated.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it.
I would.
I guess
say,
I can't say
I
that-
would be willing to say that I think that if you interviewed two people on the experience of almost being burnt to death and almost drowning to death, the person that almost was burnt to death would probably be like,
Yeah, that's
was
bullshit.
The person who
That was
bullshit,
way worse.
right? Like my skin is off my body.
yeah, the person who almost drowned to death
Drowning's
still looks
like-
like a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool. Like
I mean, they're probably not cool. They're
Not
probably
cool,
like
not cool,
in
but-
the ICU or something like
Like,
that. But they'll
holy
get cool eventually.
shit.
The person that's
The
got
person
nearly
with no
burnt to
skin.
death is not.
all right.
gonna
Does everyone have what they have to say about the?
No, you
Well,
totally
no,
dying
totally.
thing.
That's what I mean. You
We
totally
hit-
curveball.
We've hit
The-
half the table.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Go ahead.
Why don't you go there, Ryan? What's your biggest fear?
One of my greatest fears is being eaten by a shark.
Oof, that's a pretty good
That's
one.
one of my
Really?
greatest. I've always been very afraid of the ocean. Like I don't like to go more than like nips deep.
It's pretty
What?
rare.
Nips deep though is where the shark attacks happen, anyways. But
Yeah, what
Depends on where
what
you're
would
at, I
your
feel.
most. I mean, obviously, I feel like I know the answer to this, but like, what would your least favorite shark encounter be?
well, before
Wait,
I
hold
answer
on. Yeah, go ahead.
before I answer that question, I
That's-
think the reason for my fear of shark attacks is from never going to the ocean as a kid. The first time I was in the ocean was just a few years ago. You recorded it.
Yep.
That was the first time I've ever seen the ocean.
In the
And
Truman Show.
the only really thing of the ocean I've ever seen before that was just shark movies. So growing up, I just associated the ocean
You-
with sharks. Like
You grew up in the Truman Show.
yes, but that's a different. We're not talking about that right now.
For
See,
anyone-
you're curveballing me.
Snowballing.
Josh.
Snowballing.
What
You're
was that-
snowballing.
What was that one shark movie we watched?
Open water.
That's the one with the husband and the
diving.
wife.
Yeah. it's
Yeah, for
open water.
anyone that wants to get scared by a shark movie, watch Open Water because that
Open
is a
Water.
pretty scary.
You know there's
movie,
open
not
water
gonna
too.
lie.
Do you ever see that one?
No,
There's
I
a
don't
second
know.
one.
Is it not like it's a
It's
different
the same
couple?
same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Scary concept. But my question from earlier, I mean, I feel like I know the answer. Everyone probably knows the answer to this. But what would your least favorite shark encounter be? Like you see that thing swimming at, and you're like, "Oh no!"
Well, that's not really
How could
the
it
same
not be
though.
a great
Like
white?
if a shark's attacking you, that's different from a shark encounter. Like let's say you're scuba diving and you're in a coral reef and you see a shark. What's the least likely one you'd like to see? For me, I think maybe like a tiger shark,
I feel
because
like
tiger
they're
sharks
most
eat-
aggressive.
and they eat everything.
What about bull shark?
Yes, but
Fresh water.
They're more fresh water. Like that's what I'm not really. I feel like a tiger shark is more like I'm gonna shit my pants.
Oof. I'm not
Obviously,
So
sure.
they say, sorry to interrupt. They say that National Geographic says that most experts consider the bull shark
Mm.
to be the most dangerous shark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
So
Crazy
I'll have to say
shit.
that, but I mean tiger sharks for sure.
I don't want to fuck with
I
any
thought
sharks.
you'd for sure say great whites because obviously they're like.
But you've seen those videos of people swimming with great whites, bro.
What are you talking about? I feel like
You
I've never
haven't?
seen a video. of
Oh,
someone
I've seen a
swimming with
bunch.
great white.
I've seen a bunch.
I feel like I see you see them swim with nurse sharks.
No, there's people.
Lemons.
They're crazy people, but there's
There's
people who swim with like great whites and like they say like they're just like they have a certain behavior.
I gotta see
They're-
this.
I've also heard that sharks
It's all
are actually
different.
one of the most gentler creatures in the ocean.
Yeah.
It depends.
Shark
on-
attacks are very rare. I think more people.
And that's because they're splashing everywhere and they see.
Surfers are the most common people who get scuba divers only get attacked by sharks.
You see all the time people just swimming with sharks.
Right.
Like, I feel like people just get a different
Holy crap!
connotation towards sharks.
You've seen it?
That is huge.
Explain what you're looking at.
There's a person swimming with a group of people. This thing is massive.
It's
this
a great
A
white?
great white.
Yeah, it's a great white.
Is he in a cage or no?
No,
No.
they're just swimming
No,
next to
just
it.
hanging?
It's,
In the ocean?
yeah, it's called
Look at that thing,
Ocean
dude. See?
Ramsey shares exclusive video with swimming with massive great white.
Like
on
if that
YouTube.
thing swam by you, you would fucking shit your pants. But
That looks like it's 12 feet long, and looks
It's
like it's
massive.
12?
500 or 600 pounds.
How about
like
20?
But that's crazy that it's being chill. It's swimming right up to the boat. That's
chilling.
I would imagine that. It
Yeah,
would
but like
be-
I've read though, like unless you
Look at it. It's just like swimming around it like that. You would think it would just eat him.
Yeah, but I mean, you also see look at those
Crazy.
fish. There's other fish that swim around.
They just look like another fish.
They
Yeah,
probably
they
they
swim
attach to
around.
them.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish that do that. It looks like those are almost dolphins.
They got
honestly.
There's
So you're
fish
saying what,
that have
a
like
tiger?
a suction cup on their.
Bull, tiger.
Yeah, those are dolphins. That's crazy. I didn't know dolphins and shark swim.
I mean, it's
together.
just a personal. I mean, all sharks are honestly terrifying. Like a mako
Yeah.
shark would be, all thrasher shark. They'd all be terrifying.
You ever
But-
swam with a shark? Any type?
I don't think anybody here. has
Would
ever
you?
swum with a shark. No, you have not.
Would you?
Yeah, Orlando.
Would you?
Would I?
Would you face your fear and swim with a shark?
Outside
of a cage?
open ocean like that.
outside of a cage.
Like a shark, big shark.
That was tough.
Like a
You
shark
can do
like that.
you could do like a shark your size if you want. Like,
I swam in the
but it
tank
has
with
to be your
lemon
size, so it has to be able to eat
Fine.
you. But like, if it makes you feel better, it can be
Honestly, I would love to do that.
smaller. All right. That'd be
But
pretty
I
cool.
wouldn't go into it like knowing like I'm probably going to get eaten by a shark right now. Like this probably what's gonna happen.
Hey, face your fears.
Once they start circling you, you know that like
I don't know anything about sharks, bro.
once they
You
start
just gotta touch
circling
them on
you,
their nose and
that's
redirect.
Yeah, just
That's-
yeah. No, not that.
I swam in a tank, but granted, it was like a normal it was like a Universal Disneyland kind of tank kind of deal. You know, like it was like a vacation type of deal.
like an ocean world or like.
Were you in a cage?
No, it was not a cage type of deal. No, nothing.
You
It
just
was not in the
felt
middle of the
like-
ocean. No, it was
So
enclosed.
it was
probably
like
a little
an-
Enclosed.
So they were tame. They were tame.
Yeah, I guess. But
So it was like an ocean land kind of.
yeah, there was like
scenario.
2 or 3 like
They were
lemon
probably swimming people all
sharks.
day.
They said. Yeah, no, all day. You know, but I
That's
got
pretty
down in the
cool,
water
though.
with them, and I was like, whatever.
All right,
I
so,
pet them, and
That's
It's
sweet.
cool, whatever.
Let me
all right,
see,
Josh,
let
your
me
last
see
one.
the
What's
lemon
your
shark.
greatest fear?
Oh, dude, a lemon shark looks pretty scary.
Shit, man. My greatest fear. I sound like a bitch. Spiders, man.
Spiders?
Anything
Like,
to do
straight
with-
up, is there like a kind of spider?
Are you
that
serious? Like
I swear on my life.
How bad is it? Like you won't even kill them?
Arachnophobia, man.
But how bad is it?
So if there's a spider.
You
on
start
your
screaming,
bed
you
and
start
it
screaming,
stays in your bed. Are you
Hold on,
not going
hold
to
on.
sleep in your bed anymore?
Say that again.
If there's this, is it to the point where you're like, there's a spider in your bed and it's not moving, it's staying in your bed. Are you gonna kill it, or like, are you not gonna go near your bed for a while? Like what's
Would you flick it off your bed?
No, I'm gonna kill it.
you? So okay, so
So
all
it's
right,
not
so
that
you have it
It's
pretty
not that-
controlled.
It's
No,
not
I'm
that
gonna
bad.
kill it, and then I'm probably gonna sleep on my floor.
Okay,
That doesn't
Have-
make much sense.
just because of the fear after the fact, there could. Be
I
more?
don't like the fact that there might be another one.
Okay,
I have a question for
Because
you.
where'd it come from?
which is there like? Okay, so is there
But
is
you have
there
to-
like a
you-
spider that scares you more than the rest?
I mean, tarantulas. They're bigger.
That's
right?
the one. I feel
All
like
right.
there's scarier spiders than
I
Much less
don't
deadly,
have
though.
to. I
Not
live in New
very-
York.
Not
I-
very much of a threat.
I
They'll bite,
live
they can
in-
bite you, but that's.
I live in.
I mean, they're poisonous.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna die from tarantula bite.
Correct. Well,
Really?
depends
No way.
which one, but I
Look
don't
it up.
deal.
Maybe the hawk tarantula.
I don't deal.
Oh yeah,
with
those
They fuck you up.
upstate New York. I don't deal with tarantulas. Okay. However, had
You know
I
what the
seen
biggest
one,
spider in New York is?
I don't.
Wolf spider.
No, that's
The one-
Australia. I thought.
No,
No, they're here.
they're in Noah's basement. Remember those ones? That
Yeah,
we
there's
saw?
some big ones.
Big boys. Those are the biggest.
You
kind
know
of
the
spiders.
trapdoor spider?
I guess I'm
Yeah.
never going
Are
to
they about
Noah's
the same
again.
size?
That's a fucking band practice.
But are they
Those
about
aren't
the
that
same
big.
size?
No, they're not that big.
Our drummer Noah.
Yeah, he's had.
Yeah,
his
I'll
basement.
never go to Noah's again. There's no
I
shot.
feel like you were there when we saw. it.
I don't ever think
I've
that
never.
I was.
This is the first time I'm now knowing right now that you have a.
You've been my friend from the first
I've never
grade.
known you've had a fear of spiders.
Ever.
No.
No.
Oh,
I
have
don't.
Have you
like
ever
No, they
seen
can't-
or
they can't
looked
kill
at
you.
pictures?
I don't like them. I
They're,
will never.
They're not.
I'll kill
They're
them
not-
if
they're
I
not
have to.
venomous, right?
If they're bigger,
mean,
Wait,
who
wait.
knows?
Listen to this.
I mean, what I'm seeing here is if a person gets bitten by a tarantula, the bite will probably feel a lot like a bee sting.
Right.
With a pain in the area of the bite, it will look like a bee sting too. Redness, swelling.
So-
there is venom, but it's weak.
so
Yeah,
fun
you're
fact:
not gonna die
I've
from it.
never been stung by a bee. I don't know what that's
Ever
like
not
either.
once.
Not once in my
That's
life.
crazy.
There are people out. Like there are people out there. Have you been stung?
Funny story. So
My
I
father.
was-
Hold on, real quick. My
Yeah,
father is deathly allergic to honeybees. I have
Really?
never been stung in my life by a bee of any sort.
You might be very allergic to.
I might, and I don't
You
know
should
it.
find that.
You should
Because that's
find
like
Yeah,
something
well,
that you-
how do I find out?
You could die from
Get
it.
stung?
I think
There's you can go to a clinic and they'll like give you certain allergens, like that are probably.
Is
close.
it like the test where they do all the?
Yeah, exactly.
all
that's
the
what it is.
pins
Yeah,
and whatnot?
Yep, and that's how you find. Because that's a good way to find out. Because all the
I don't like needles, so it's like
that's
where do?
okay, but like you'd rather find out that way than
Yeah.
get stung.
Maybe
and
I'm
then
just
all
a
of sudden
bee
your
out in
the
throat's
middle of
swelled up
skinny
and
hours
you're
by the
fucking
lake.
dead.
Yeah.
I had to. I had to fucking push my father in the chest with an EpiPen when I was like.
Did you
12?
actually do that?
I swear on my
That's
entire
crazy.
life, right now, I will pinky promise
If I
with you.
called your sister Mariah,
You can call my father right now. He'd answer
that
you.
you hit
That's
him in the
pretty
chest
crazy.
with an EpiPen.
My sister, no, I'm sorry, not the chest. His thigh.
Yeah, I was gonna say
His
you don't
thigh,
really
his
people in
thigh.
It's
chest.
just adrenaline shots
Yeah.
in the chest.
But my sister wouldn't do it because she didn't know what the hell was going on. No, we were outside building his deck on his old house, and he got stung with
Wait,
a
his
honeybee.
old house, like he didn't. You
Like-
used to live there.
No, the house before the house
Where
I
was
live in
his
now,
old house? Where
Orchard Village.
Oh, okay.
And they were building a deck for the hot tub. This, that, blah, blah. He got stung by a honeybee.
You got a hot tub too?
Nobody. Yeah, they had a pool and a hot tub, everything.
Dang, man.
He used to have a hot tub at his house.
There was a hot tub at the house in the village.
Was there?
Yes.
Yeah, there was.
It wasn't when we were living at First Street though.
No.
yeah,
you
no,
guys
but I
were well
remember that. I
before.
remember that. I remember that.
I
now
think
that
you
I'm
guys
thinking
were
about
in it for sure. No, but well before then. They were building the whole deck, everything with this, that, blah, blah. And they were putting the pool in and then the hot tub. And we were putting the hot tub in and he got stung by a honeybee. And no one else had any idea what to do. My mom wasn't home. And so my dad, he was like, oh, EpiPen. So I ran into the house and I had to grab his EpiPen that was in his safe next to his drawer underneath his work computer. I grabbed it and was like,
How old are you?
12?
That's crazy.
And I was like,
That's crazy.
And he was just like, So
That's
I
nuts.
stabbed my father in the fucking
You've been
thigh
stung
with
by
an
a bee
EpiPen. Was
before?
like,
I mean,
I've
that's a good
been
reaction, but that's crazy.
I didn't know what the hell was
Stepped on a bee
going
before?
on, but
That's good.
he
That
was like,
sucked.
sweet.
I was also mowing my parents at the time I was living with. I was mowing their back lawn, and I mowed over this hole, and it was actually digger bees.
Yeah.
And once I mowed over them, I got stung in the leg, and it fucking swelled up probably about half size of a tennis ball. That shit sucked.
I have a really good bee story. One time, so at my old house where I grew up, the back hill into the woods would go up, and then it would wrap to the left, and then it would go up some more, and then that was where our tree fort was. There was one time there was a big piece of plywood that was like next to the tree fort, and we were just walking up the hill, like normal. It was me, my brother, and I think my neighbor, and my brother jumped on the piece of plywood, and there was a hornet's nest underneath it. So as soon as he jumped on it, hundreds of hornets just come out from underneath this plywood. So we just obviously start running as fast as we can back to the house. And I remember I got a head start because my brother was in front of me on the plywood, and I just was like, fuck it, I'm out. And I got stung like once or twice, but my fucking brother got stung probably like 30 fucking times, dude. It was like he almost had to go to the hospital. It was so bad.
That's crazy.
We ran back down the hill all the way back to the front to the house. I remember closing the door to the back of our house, and like bees were coming onto the door. Like they chased us all the way down the hill.
Yeah, it's nuts that you say that because I almost had the exact same thing happen,
No
except
shit.
a little different. I was in the Adirondacks hiking with my family, so I have it was me, my stepmom, and my two little brothers and my sister, and we were hiking in some Adirondack trail, and I was, I don't know, 14 or 15 maybe. So I was a little psycho, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna like run for some reason. I was like, I'm just gonna start running through this trail. I don't know why. And I start doing it. I'm running through the trail. I just start running, and then all of a sudden, like I look back behind me, and like as I'm running, and I hear like my family like ah ah ah, and I ran straight over a hornet's nest and attacked my whole family, but didn't get me all because I ran straight through. And I was like, oh my God, my brothers are probably like, I don't know, 5 and 6 or something like that.
man.
My sisters, you know.
Bees are scary because you don't know how to escape them. Like,
Once they all go,
Well, bees aren't bad. It's hornets and wasps. Like those are like the worst.
yeah, because they attack you
And
they're trying to harm you.
I got stung by. There was one I was riding my motorcycle this summer, and one flew up my shirt and
Hurt, bro.
stung me in the back 3 or 4 times. I had to pull over. I was literally like, "Oh my God, I feel like
Well,
I'm gonna crash if I don't pull over."
I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard bumblebees can only sting one time.
Yeah.
They sting, they pull out, and they die.
Yep.
But hornets and wasps could sting and pull it out.
I thought bumblebees only bit.
Could you
not
imagine?
sting.
Bumblebees are the fat bees.
Yeah,
but
I thought
so
they-
honeybees. I'm sorry.
Honeybees.
Honeybees.
I think honeybees are the ones that can only bite but can't sting.
Yeah,
But the
but wasps and
bumblebees
the bunny
can sting once. Something like that.
All right, interesting concept. If you could only bang, so you're a person, but like you can only bang once, and then you pull out and you die. Would
Wasn't that
you
on Rick
do
and
it?
Morty or something?
No, I don't think so. Would you do it, and how old would you do it? Because
There's no
Damn,
way
that's
it would be a whole
crazy.
different life. You would live your life in a whole different perspective.
but you know that it's like the best. You know,
Well,
like,
would
like
jerking off count too,
yeah,
though,
can you
or
yeah,
no?
yeah, you can't jerk
Oh,
off.
Oh,
you'd be
dude.
dead by now. There's no
You'd be
way
dead by
Okay,
like
that's what I'm saying.
14.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You'd be
but
dead by
like-
14.
The
That's
question
what
is,
hit
you think 14 for you?
I'd
Like,
say
that's-
14.
14 years old, and you're
I mean,
like,
shit,
that's-
you
not
probably
even, bro.
13, 14, you'd be
As soon as
jacking
you
off.
learn
to see-
about it, bro, you do it.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
If that was what happened to everybody, what's the point of living?
I don't know, bro. There's a lot of things I like about living. I mean, like, I probably, my point, like, I would do it for sure, but I would probably, like, wait till I was, like, at least. I mean, like, I'm enjoying my late 20s right now.
So you're saying you would look at it as a, I'm
that'd be
ready,
tough,
I'm ready
man.
to die.
Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, well, kind of, but, like, I mean, you're, like, I'd want to enjoy, I don't know, because that's tough. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I'd be like, man, like,
So it's only post
I
nut
think
that
it
you
should be
die.
regular.
you
It'd
could
be
never go to
normal.
the bar. Like, you could, that bar wouldn't be a thing.
So is it just post nut?
No, like you bang and then yeah.
But
You
it's
probably-
post-nut.
Let's say you've got like
So-
you do it and then you got like 15 minits, but your 15 minutes are like not that
Cuddling.
pleasant. You're like
But I'm saying,
Oh my God.
if
kill me at 5.
if it's just nut, how often would you ride like that death? Like, would you just fucking jerk it or have sex and then just like be like, all right, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah,
can't-
maybe
there's no
you
way-
could do
no,
that.
no,
you
couldn't.
could
No,
do
get
that.
out
You
of
could-
town. You're gonna blue ball your fucking entire life.
If it,
Yes,
Yeah,
then you, so you wouldn't die, but you'd still be able to fucking do
if you're
it.
gonna die,
You would be so close, and you'd be like, "Oh," because you don't know what it's like. You got to think that like you don't understand. You don't know what that feeling is. And
But
you don't
then-
know,
but
you
the
don't know
culture-
when to
the
stop.
culture-
But then
would be
you would
different.
know.
If you're to that
You
point,
would know
it's like-
that it would happen.
it's a different life. It's a different universe, bro.
One at a time. Because for me, like, if you tried that, like, you don't know what you're doing. Like, you're gonna feel that feeling. You're gonna be like banging. You're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I've never fucking done this before."
Yes,
And then all of a
fucking-
sudden, like, you're gonna bust. Like, you're gonna bust and then you're dead. Because you're not gonna have the whereabout to know, okay, like...
But I
'cause
feel
one-
like you'd get the
here's thing.
feeling. The
Here's-
first
no, no,
time
no.
you jerked
No,
off,
because
you'd be like,
done.
oh.
You'd be done. And no one would ever survive that to tell you. There'd be no elders that are like, oh yeah, you just gotta do this and then stop at this
Yeah.
point. Because everyone in their, like, father would have been dead. They'd be like...
we
they
wouldn't even be here
They'd
right
get to that
now.
point and they'd be like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome.
does the girl die?
No. Because the girl, like...
So
no.
there would be just. I feel like at
A
that
race
at
of-
that point, bro. If it was like that, it would like we wouldn't value our lives like we do right now. Like it would be like our
more.
no, it would be like no, it would be like our goal would be to like to plant a seed by busting a nut into this
Dude, it's
this
kind of like
girl
the
and then die. And like then the next
So
guy would do that
confused.
after she had that baby.
it's kind of like the praying mantis.
No,
You
because
ever
the
heard-
Rain Man.
They bust and then the girl would just eat them.
Yeah.
They know what happens.
That's way different.
No,
No,
but they
it's
know what
same analogy,
happens.
though. Yeah,
They
the
know
girl would
what
know.
happens
I
after.
know.
Way
Hey.
longer to bang if I knew right after I bang, this bitch is about to eat me.
But it's the same concept. You still die. You still
I
die.
would wait at least another. It would go from 14 to 15 for sure. So I would need that next year.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Right? Either you fill me in or I'm going to ask a question.
You will not curveball us.
I'm not going to curveball.
That is what you're saying.
But I got to ask a question.
What's that?
It's directed at you.
Are we? I
Right.
guess. Go ahead, Josh. Take the fucking stage.
No,
Go ahead. Take it.
I want to know
What's
what you
your
guys are
question?
talking about.
It's too late. That's ended, right? We're done with that.
Yeah. That's the question. That's the question.
What the
What's your
fuck?
topic?
What's
Well, I had to ask Ryan a question here. And I feel like it starts with Ryan, but it goes, Sean, Matt, me.
Alright.
Please. Ryan, if you were to start your life at 18 years old, right? You're now 26, correct? Correct.
Yeah, complete curveball.
Yeah.
Like,
It is.
what?
It is a complete curveball. Well, I was just downstairs. I have no idea what's going
You
on.
were to start your life at 18.
Yeah.
I would bang and die.
What would you do differently between the years of 18 and now?
That's
make a
not
difference
the
in your
question
life.
that you have written down. It's not. That's not what it is, though.
All right.
It is.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, but that.
It's like the views.
So you're saying, how would I change what I've done? I wouldn't change a thing. I would
You wouldn't
say
change
exactly
a
how I would.
Yeah.
There's no
Perfect.
doubt about it.
Perfect.
Because if I had changed anything, it'd be a different spot. And
You wouldn't even know what would be right now.
I've learned
We
so-
wouldn't even probably be here right now.
I've learned so much from my past experiences that I would never want to take any of it back.
Perfect. That's a good question. So then, what would you do going forward?
Learn from your experience.
Why are you laughing?
What would I do going forward? I mean, I'm not forward. I'm
Oh my
present.
god! All right, never mind. Doesn't matter.
What do you mean? What would I do? Keep doing what I'm doing. You know?
Are you happy?
Yes.
All right. What is your perception from when you were 18 till now?
So the question was, the topic was supposed to be,
Supposed to be.
how different is your life from when you were 18 to now? What was your
I
life
mean,
like at
that's
18?
everybody. It's different. It's fucking.
No, you just answered that. Go ahead though, please
I absolutely. What do you mean? I just answered that.
answer it.
You just said I did. I didn't answer that
No,
question.
no, answer it. What's different between 18 and 26?
I feel like this has become a stale topic.
It's only stale if you
All right.
don't
What is the
answer it.
perception of when you were 18 and your perception of now?
Correct.
So like,
I guess that's
Probably
what
when
I'm
you were 18, you wanted to do so much shit.
I'll be honest.
And then now you're just like, I'm just chilling.
Think
See
about-
whatever happens, happens. Like wherever life takes me, it goes.
How do I try to word this, right?
think about the day that we all had graduation. We all
High school?
graduated on that same day.
Yeah.
Okay.
From that day,
We did all graduate together, you're right?
I mean, I guess we all had our different journeys. We all did our different things.
You're supposed to, aren't you?
Yeah.
So where'd you land on the spectrum? What was your thoughts on graduation day?
I just got laid the night before for the first time, so I was having a really good time.
Yeah. All right, Matt.
I was like-
Asking Ryan.
I was like, man.
Asking Ryan.
I didn't die either. It was fucking
So
great.
sounds good. Yeah, you woke up. You
didn't
woke up
know
the next
this was
morning.
a nut.
Yeah, that was the next day. I'm
Sounds
still
good.
here.
I was thinking about it like last week.
Ryan.
I was thinking about it last week.
Fuck you, man.
It's weird to me. Like, I don't really remember much of like the years of like 19 and 20 and 21. I don't
Well,
really know
we
what
graduated
the fuck I
in
was doing.
15.
Yeah,
So-
I remember like 2016. I remember 2017. I remember 2018. But then 2019, 2020 was when COVID hit. So I remember that. 2019 is like, I don't remember what the fuck happened in 2019.
Well, that's
Does
when
anybody know what
COVID
happened in 2019? Did
started
anything happen
to
at
hit.
all in that year?
Well, that's when COVID
What
started to
happened?
hit.
No.
Started
in the very
to,
end,
but-
it hit the
yeah.
the first-
December, November-ish.
But March 2020 was the
hit
first
most
shutdown.
years, man.
Hey, right.
I said those hit in most years.
So you're saying that you have no recollection
I just don't really remember. Like, obviously, I was in nursing school.
You were at First Street.
I just don't really I don't really recall much of like what.
We were
was
just
going
drinking and having a good time.
Yeah, I think that was all we were
That's
doing.
Like,
Right?
I mean, we were
There
in
wasn't
school
many-
a little bit, but
When
like,
is maybe some? We didn't go to many concerts.
I mean, I think that was year. Actually, I feel like 19 was the year we went to a bunch of concerts. I feel like we went to Weezer. We went to that festival. In 19,
2018.
I think.
2018.
Yeah, that wasn't 2019.
It was
I feel like
2018.
It was definitely
2018 for
It was
the,
18
the
for sure.
festival.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
had,
with Brandon and John.
they had
and all that.
Weezer, Imagine Dragons.
No,
Yeah,
but they went to
was
some
that-
wild
was that
shit in the
summer?
woods and whatnot.
Weezer was
Ohio.
2018.
In
Yeah.
Ohio, I feel like we went there in 2019. That was a really good
that
time.
was also fucked up.
Yeah. That's no
Late
yeah,
2018,
this is right.
early 2019,
I
maybe.
mean, it was all the same thing. Like, we were just drinking and going to...
Checking balls.
I don't know.
Undisclosed.
No, you just said it. So
Anyway,
So it's been a pretty good podcast, I feel.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
been-
that's-
we could probably wrap this up with a note that
Right.
says,
Yeah.
be careful next time you bust a nut,
yep.
because you could be your last.
And the saying is, if you can't come in or come on her.
I love it.
hey, once in a while,
Jesus
though.
Christ.
Once in a while, like the podcast. Sean, take us out.
All right, so we were trying to make it 45-minute podcast, but clearly this first one kind of went over. But I think so far it's went over pretty well. We kind of got off topic a little bit. A few
Wrap
times.
it up, Sean.
I know, I'm wrapping it up. I know.
Wrap it up.
come on, buddy.
So this is a once in a while podcast, and we outie.
He drives a caddy.